So I got the 394. I took it all apart and cleaned it. Like I took the piston, the cylinder and the piston off, cleaned everything. Took the body completely apart, cleaned it. This is just what it turned out to look like. The plastic's a little faded, but that's okay. It's meant for work. It's not meant to look great. The only thing that I really had any kind of tough problem out of was the exhaust. But the best thing about the exhaust is it's not bad. It's not in bad shape. There's no crap down in it or none of that stuff. I put dishwashing liquid on these things after I took it all apart, and I blasted it with a power washer. So I know it got real clean. I do have the coil for it right here. I do, however, have a full wrap handle coming for this beast. There's a guy at work that wants this thing, but I'm in a situation where I'm going to have to sell this thing, and I'm going to have to put it together and see if I can get at least 500 for it. But I know I want it to run. I want to hear it run. I know it's got a ton of compression. The 272 that I did have, it got shipped out to Georgia to Brandon. Brandon is he's wanting to start his own tree business, so I told him I would help him out. I even sent him some climbing gear to help with that. But he has a relative that's going to give him a dump truck, a trailer, a skidder, and something else. I forgot what he was telling me about there. But that's a great opportunity to start your own business. And I told him, I said, you know, it might work out for you, man, because a lot of people, you know, they go into a business thinking, man, this is going to be great. But you have ups and downs with the business, just like any other company out there. They have ups and downs. Alrighty, let's get this starter cover off. Get our shroud off. The only thing that really sucks about this is that I only have one screw that holds the coil on. So what I'm going to have to do is dig through all the bolts and all the screws that I have and try to find one that will hold it down. So let me look for one, and we'll put the coil on, see if we can get this beast to prime and start and listen to her. But I'll be right back. Okay, I did find a bolt, but the only thing about it is the end of the off and on switch. Well, it goes from the coil to your off and on switch. Where did I put it? I had like a round sleeve, like you slide something onto some round instead of flat like that. So I'm going to use something different to actually make it go on switch. But let's try to start this. I know it's gonna be a little of a headache because it has a ton of compression. Oh, I might put it on the ground and try to start it. Okay, after being on the phone with Bellhopper on Instagram for about an hour and a half, I finally figured out what was wrong with the saw. Wrong spark plug. I was getting too much gas in the bottom end, so every time I did, I had to blow it out. Had to hold the trigger wide open to get it to actually pop and start. But I think she's going to run really good. I did have her running real good. Blew all the nasty soot out of it on the exhaust side. And I put my clutch cover on it and a bar and chain to see what she's going to do. But this is the third time starting it up and running it. Well, I know one thing, she needs tuned in the wood a little tiny bit. This thing's been a fight all day long. The coil itself, I had to modify it just a tiny bit just to get it to go to the on and off switch, but that was fine. The choke itself, if you guys know anything about these saws, on the back side here where your choke is, there's a little tiny rubber sleeve that slides back and forth in. It's not there, so I had to take rubber tape and wrap around it to get it to slide in and out real good, which worked great. I didn't have to mess with it any. Like I said, I put my clutch cover on it. I need to order one and get it. I was running the wrong spark plug. The spark plug that I have now is the one that came out of my 394, which was, I'd have to say, about yay bit taller running on it, but it runs. It does need tuned a little bit. It's dragging a little bit, it's bogging, but for what I paid for this thing's awesome. Am I going to make this a 395? No. I'm going to put it back as a 394 because that's what's on the tag itself. So I'm gonna put some 394 stickers on it and go from there. Another thing that I did today, which I didn't film any of it at all, which I should have and I didn't. Handle inserts. I didn't have any, so I just took me some tape, not some tape, but I took me some real thin plastic, and I drilled me a hole straight through the handle itself, and took some what is it, carbon fiber tape, laid over top of it. I think it looks pretty good. At least there's not a big humongous hole there, and all that is just foam, just to keep it out of there. Push it down in there. I know that's supposed to be a safety trigger, but I don't have one, and I'll be honest with you, these 394s are actually really hard to find parts for. I know there's a bunch of people out there that probably have like parts and parts on top of parts for these things, but there's not too many like outlets, like websites. I know that eBay is a good place to get some things, but you can't get everything. But I do know that these inserts on the handle, though, are really hard to find. But like I said, took plastic and made them, and I think they look better. At least there's not going to be any of that crap going down in it and getting stuck in there. So man, it's been a while since I messed with a saw. That bad boy is heavy. Bill Hopper was like, he's like, "You're getting too much gas," and I was like, "Yeah, I know I'm getting too much gas." So I turned it upside down, took the air compressor and blew it out. A lot of gas came out there. Got my spark plug out of my 394, stuck it in there, and I was sitting there cranking on it, and I had the trigger held down on it. Actually, I wired it down, and I cranked and cranked, and it came alive, and I was like, "Man, that's awesome." But it died like right off the bat, though. I didn't have that much gas in it. Put more gas in it, and sit there and just held the trigger, cranked it a few times, and she came alive. But yeah, 24-inch bar. This is actually the handle that came off of the 394 that I had. The one that actually came on this saw was beat to death. It was like all tattered and torn on the rubber part anyway. And I put it on there. I actually like it. Well, especially if you're going to get close to the ground and you're going to cut, you're going to get real close to the ground. You ain't got that full wrap in your way, sticking out. But man, real happy with this saw. It runs great. I just need to tune it a little bit. Doggies! Doggies! But until the next video, you guys have a wonderful day.